Today is going to be abs and shoulders. So we'll get started right away with the warm-up. Come on over to your TRX. We're going to start with an overhead back extension. You're standing up in a straight plank, arms above your head, let your hips come back, and then pull yourself forward. Hips start the movement and arms pull back and finish the movement. Keep your straps tight all the way up. No sagging straps at the top. Warming up the back of the shoulders, the glutes, the upper back. Good. All right, then you're going to turn around and face away from the anchor. And we're going to start with our arms in front of the chest and step forward into a T. And then the second time, step forward into an I. Arms go straight up. One T and one I. If you don't feel like you're getting a lot of movement in the arms, just step forward a little bit. So it's comfortable, but it's a nice range of motion for you. We're going to do one more of each. All right, then you're going to turn around and face the anchor. And we have a wall slide. So you want to stand straight up and down, pull your arms back, figure out where your feet need to be so that you can stand in a nice straight plank. And we're going to pull back against the straps while we slide up and down the wall. So you want to get up as high as you can, as high as your arms can go, and back down to about goalpost. Up and down, pulling back the whole time. This warms up the traps, the back of the shoulders, everything. Good, one more. Nice. All right, and then we're going to turn around and do Superman. Legs wide, take a nice angle. Superman. Good. All right. Then we turn around and face the anchor again. And we've got alligator. Palms face each other. We're going to rotate toward the arm that's on the top at the bottom. Switch and do the other side. One more. Good. Okay, now go to one handle and you're going to sideways to the anchor. Scissor, make sure you pull on that strap, and then your arms are just going to be above your head. So this is not the one where they have to be on the head, just somewhere up here. And we're going to take the inside leg, the leg closest to the wall, and step out. Let your hips kind of just bend away from the anchor and then pull yourself in. So once you know you're in the right place and it feels pretty good, then really exaggerate it. Let your hips really come out, get that nice stretch, and then pull to come in. One more. All right, then we just have to turn around and do the other side. So you turn around, your arms are above your head. Step out with the leg closest to the anchor, or the leg closest to the wall, and then pull yourself back in. Once you know you're in the right spot and it feels pretty good, then you can try to make it a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger on the pull. All right, good. All right, so the first 7 sets of exercises is going to be a shoulder exercise right into a core. We're going to start with shoulder overhead press, column 1. So get those weights, and we're going to sit on our bench to do shoulder overhead press. All right, so here we go. Shoulder overhead press. We're going to start with both arms. Feel free to lean back a little bit on the bench if you like. Now we're going to do right, left, both. Right arm, left arm, both arms. And then left, right, both. Good. All right. 20 seconds rest. Now, we're going to keep these weights. I'm going to show you the next exercise, and that way, if you want to switch weights, you can. But I think you can probably do this with your shoulder overhead press weights. You're going to be on your step like this. The weights are right above the shoulders, and you're going to drop one leg at a time. All right? So let's get into position. Weights are right above the shoulders. Legs are in tabletop. Drop one leg down and bring it up slowly. Remember, we're trying to work the abs. We're not working the legs. So this is not a big swinging motion. Watch my legs, they're nice and slow. Now, if you want to make this a little harder, take those weights a little behind the shoulders and hold them there. That increases the pull on the core quite a bit. You can keep your legs bent as you lower them, or you can straighten them, which is a little bit harder. We got one more. Good. All right, and then sit back up. We're going to do each of these groupings twice. So we'll repeat that shoulder overhead press, and we'll repeat the leg lowers. All right, so we're back to the shoulder overhead press. We'll start with both arms, and then we'll go into that right, left, both. All right, now go right, left, and both. And then go left, right, both. And done with that one. Good. Rest. We get 20 seconds to rest, and then we go into that same ab movement. So get lighter weights if you think you need them. This time, I'm going to coach you to either do one-legged like we did before, or this time you could do both legs at the same time. It's going to be more of a challenge. So if you want more of a challenge, you can go to that one. All right, we lay back. Arms are above the shoulders, or you can take them back. Legs are in tabletop. Start with one leg. And if you want more of a challenge, you can go to both legs at the same time. Nice and slow. Whatever movement you're choosing, go nice and slowly. Working the lower abs. And with our arms up like this, it's working the upper abs as well. Good job. All right, sit up. Okay, next two exercises. Lateral raise, that'll be standing. That'll be done standing up. So get the weight you need for lateral raise. You got about 5 seconds and then we go. All right, same thing we did with the shoulder overhead press. We're going to start with both. All these increments are 40 seconds long. All right, now we're going to do right, left, both. And then left, right, both. Make sure your shoulders stay back. Your back is nice and straight. Always keep good posture when you're lifting weights. Nice job. All right, now we're gonna sit on our step again. These lateral raise weights are gonna be right here on your shoulders. We're gonna V-sit back as far as we can. And then we're gonna lift one leg at a time. So I'm not gonna start yet. All right, here we go. V-sit back as far as you can. Make sure your back is nice and straight. You're gonna lift one heel and then lift the other heel. Now I'm showing a bent knee version right now. If that feels like you could go a little more, then you can do a straight leg version. So you got this nice V-sit. Your core is really tight. Your back is straight. You're either gonna have your knees bent, lifting one leg at a time, nice and slow, and I'm not lifting very high. It doesn't take much. Just a little lift, challenging the lower abs and the upper abs. Or you can do straight leg. Good. And then we rest. So we do both of those again, starting with the lateral raises. You got a couple of seconds, shoulders back, stand up nice and tall, and here we go, lateral raises. We'll start with both arms. All right, now we'll go left, right, both, and then right, left, both. You got one more set. And you are done. Good. All right, so sit back for that V-sit. You got the weights on your shoulders. You got about 8 more seconds. So I think I'm actually not even gonna put them on my shoulders yet. All right, here we go. Weights on the shoulders, lean back. Now you can push the weights a little above your shoulders if you want. And start lifting one leg and then the other. So remember, you can have bent leg or straight leg, but either way, it's not a big lift. And it's certainly not a swing. So we're not doing this. It's a slow, controlled lift that comes from the lower abs. Keep that back nice and straight. Good job. All right. Next to front raise, and then you'll need a heavy weight for teapot. So I got my front raise weights, and then I'm gonna grab this heavy weight and just put it on my bench. That's gonna be for teapot. All right, so we start with the front raise. And here we go. Start with both arms. We're gonna do that same sequence. All right, then we're gonna do right, left, both. Then left, right, both. Last one. Nice job. Okay, you can put these on your bench. Let's get your heavy weight and put it in your right hand. We're gonna do the teapot. Legs are hip width apart. So important you stand straight up for this. We're bending to the side. So I'm gonna put my left hand behind my head, bend to the right as far as you can stretch that left side. Now squeeze your left rib section and come up to the center. I'll show you from the front. You bend slowly, get that stretch as much as you can, and then squeeze to the center. So this is where you should feel it working, right here on the left side. If you put your hands right here on these muscles, the ones between your ribs, You can feel them contracting when you stand up. Make sure that you're not rounding your shoulders forward. Make sure that you're not leaning back. We got one more. Nice big stretch. And pull. Good. All right, I'm going to put that on my step. Get my front raise weights, and we do it again. Start with both arms. Shoulders back. Here we go. All right, we're going to do left, right, both. And then right, left, both. Nice job. All right, done with those. Get your heavy weight in your left hand. Okay, I'm going to put the right hand behind my head. Get ready for teapot. Here we go. We stretch and then contract. This is where you should be feeling it, right here on the right side. Stretch, contract right here. These muscles should be tight as a drum as you pull up. Shoulders stay back. Back stays nice and straight. This is like doing a sight. Works the same muscles. One more. Good. All right, we are done with that grouping. Moving on to the next two. Lighter than column one, we're going to do an iron cross, which is out to the side, front, side, down. Your arms are up a lot longer. So I'm going to grab some light weights. All right. We're going to alternate, so just kind of follow my lead to begin. Shoulders back. We're doing lateral to the front, back to the side, now down. Now front raise, out to the side, to the front, and down. Back to lateral, front, side, down. Front raise, out to the side, front, down. This is called the iron cross. Just keep going in that. Alternating which one you start with. Good, we got one more. Nice job. All right, then we're gonna put these light weights on our shoulders. We're gonna roll back. You roll back only as far as you feel comfortable doing, and then you roll up and you're gonna punch the right arm each time. You're gonna punch the right arm and rotate. All right, so we roll back as far as you feel comfortable. Come up, punch the right arm, come back. Do it again, roll down, come up, punch the right arm. All right, keep going. If you want to roll all the way down and you can get all the way up, do that. It's control. The roll down and the roll up is control. The punch is power with rotation. Punch in that right arm every time, rotate. Bring your right arm back to your shoulder, punch. Last one. Good. All right. We go back to the iron cross. So this time we'll start front raise. Not that it really matters, it just changes it up a little bit. All right, shoulders back, stand up nice and tall. We do front, lateral, back to the front and down. Now lateral, front, back to the side and down. Good. I'm gonna go a little quicker this time since you know it. You can stay nice and slow like we did last time if you need to. Just Keep those shoulders pulled back. Your core is nice and tight. Nice job. Those two are done. All right. The next two are going to be using the TRX. Your TRX should be mid-length. Stand facing your anchor. And we're going to do a Y fly. So you get about 10 more seconds if you want to get a quick drink. Y fly works the top back of the shoulders, the traps, a little bit of rear delts. All right, so here we go. Find an angle that you can successfully complete that Y fly with arms straight. Up to the letter Y and back down slowly. Arms stay straight the whole time. So sometimes you see this, they bend when they come up and they bend when they come down. Working the wrong muscles when you do that. So you want to keep those arms straight. Step back as far as you need to so that you can make this happen. Nice job. All right, we're going to take both straps along and do a rollout. So get into your rollout position, and then your feet are a couple of inches apart. You're going to take both feet and just turn them slightly to the right. Your feet are still a couple of feet apart, a couple of inches apart. Your toes are turned to the right. Your body's facing straight ahead. We're going to roll out. So what you should feel is the left side working. Adjust your stance so that you really feel that rollout in your abs and not your shoulders. Now, if you want a little more of a challenge, take the right arm and steer at the top. Right arm steers at the top. Your feet are pointing to the right, and your right arm steers. Make sure when you do that steer that nothing else moves. You're stabilizing through the core. And we got one more. Nice job. All right. We're going to go back to mid-length because we're going to do that Y fly again. Find the angle that you can successfully do a Y fly. I kind of like to start at the top sometimes so I can know where I'm going to end up. So we got that nice Y fly. Slow both ways. Keeping the straps tight the whole way. Make sure at the top that your straps don't sag. You got to keep pulling back. All the way up and all the way down. Even when you're going down, you're pulling back against the straps. Good. All right, then we go long. We're going to roll out. This time, you're going to point your toes to the left. So find the angle that you want to do. Feet are a couple of inches apart. Point your toes to the left. Your body faces straight ahead. And we start the rollout. It takes a couple to make sure you're in the right spot, that you really feel that work in the abs. Again, when you're doing these exercises, it's so important not to just do the exercise. Think about where you're trying to feel it. Now, if you want to add that left arm steer, stabilize when you're moving the arm. You should really feel this work in the right side. We're going to do one more. Really like the way that feels. Good. All right. One more set. Go back to mid-length. We've got TRX goal post. That's going to work the front of the shoulders. So we've got a few more seconds, and then we'll start. Second one's going to be inchworm. So most of you will stay at mid-length for that. All right, so we have goal post, palms are down. Bring your arms, hands up right by your forehead, right by your temples. Try to keep your elbows high on this one. So often, what you'll see people, they do a goal post and then they just come down. You're missing all that shoulder work on the way down. If you keep your elbows high all the way up and all the way down, you're going to feel the front of the shoulder work both ways. So watch that again. Everything stays up, all the way up and all the way down. Don't do this when you come up and go down. Stay up there. One more. Good. All right, and then we've got inchworm. So you come right up to the anchor, put your head through the straps, wrists are straight, step back. Make sure you're aware of where the wall is the first couple of times you do it, so it's nice and slow. You know where the wall is in relationship to your head. When you get to that nice straight plank, pull back from the hips. So go out slowly, pull back from the hips. Now if you've done a couple and it feels too easy, you can lengthen your straps or you can step back a little bit. Straps stay right against your shoulders as you're going out. They never leave your shoulders. You're pushing the straps down and back so that they're right up against your shoulders. Nice and slow and controlled. We got two more. One more. Nice job. All right, then we're going to go back to one light goal post, but we're actually going to do headbanger. Works the same muscle, pretty much the same angle. We're just getting a little more internal rotation in the shoulder by bringing the back of the hands toward the forehead. Same rules apply as the goal post. You want to keep those elbows high, all the way up and all the way down, so we really feel the front of the shoulder working both ways. All right, then get ready for inchworm. So you're mid-length, or maybe you want to lengthen your straps a little bit. You're going to walk right up to your anchor, put your head through your straps. Push those hands down and back so that the straps are tight against your shoulders. Take a step back or a couple of steps back, whatever you think you can control. Go out slowly. Go ahead and start into a plank, a full plank. Body's nice and straight. Then you pull back through your hips. Out slowly. Pull back through your hips. And here's your last one. Good. All right. Go back to mid-length. Get a quick drink of water. We're on our last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groupings. Now this last part's going to be core and cardio. First exercise will be on the TRX. Second exercise will be one weight. So grab one strap, mid-length, scissor it, right hand is on the strap. So I'm actually going to go short just so I can stay in the camera, but you're going to stay at mid-length, right hand is on the strap. Legs are hip width apart. We're going to do one power pull, then bring your hand to the strap, and we're going to do a rotation to the right. So right hand is on the strap, one power pull, put both hands on the strap and go to the right. Hit the corner to the right, nice and slow. So once you've done a couple, you can adjust your angle so it works for both exercises. Right hand stays on the strap, and then you grapple to the right. Power pull right, grapple to the right. Good. All right, you want a medium weight. You're gonna hold it like this. We're gonna step out and chop. And we're gonna go to the right. All right, here we go. Step out and chop, knee up and drop. We're gonna stay on the right. Good. All right. Now we do that on the other side. So take one strap. Again, I'm going to take that short one. This time we're going to have our left hand on the strap. We'll do one power pull and one grapple to the left. Ooh, we got 5 seconds. All right, here we go. One power pull, left hand is on the strap. Both hands are on the strap, grapple to the left. Good. Power pull, left hand on the strap. Grapple, both hands on the strap. To the left. Take your time for the transition, however much you need to make sure your hands are secure and you're confident in holding on. We got one more. Good job. All right. Get that one weight. Step out, drop. Step out, chop, knee up, drop. We're going to the left this time. All right, here we go. Step out, chop, knee up, drop. Going to the left. And done with that one. Good. All right. 2 new ones coming up. So the first one's going to be a T-fly to a one-legged hinge. That's on the TRX. And then you're going to need a weight, one weight that you're comfortable pushing up and over your head with one arm. So get that weight ready. Okay, and then we get started. So the first one's going to be a T-fly to a one-legged hinge. I think I'm going to take both my straps short. You're going to be mid-length. Your straps are mid-length. All right. T-fly, right leg hinge. Here we go. One T-fly, the right leg is going to come up every time for the hinge. T-fly, right-legged hinge. Important part to remember about this movement is that you got to come all the way down each time. Each time when you're coming out of the hinge, come down, resist. When you're coming out of the T-fly, come down, resist. That's going to really work your core, and it keeps it a nice, strong movement. Good. We got one more. Nice. Okay, now get the weight you got to press over your head. You're going to put it in your right hand. We're going to squat, pivot, press. Watch how I pivot my right foot. Squat, when I stand up, pivot the right foot, press the weight over the head, rotating to the right. I'm keeping my arm right by my ear, so you're not going too far forward, and you're not going behind your head. You're going right up beside your head with your arm. Squat, pivot, and press. Good. Nice job. All right. We do the TRX again. T-fly, this time it'll be the left leg doing the hinge. All right, so here we go. Take your angle, 1 T-fly, come down with resistance. Left leg hinges. Come down with resistance. T-fly, down slowly. Left leg hinge. Down slowly. Got one more. Nice job. Okay, grab your weight in your left hand. Squat, pivot, and press. Here we go. Squat, pivot, and press. Pivoting the left foot this time. Keeping your arm right by your ear. Good job. All right. So for the next one, you guys are going to go long. I'm going to go about mid-length. And you're long. It's a hip hinge. Oh, sorry. You're going to go mid-length. Mid-length. And I'm going to stay short. It's a sideways hip hinge. Scissor your strap. You just need one of them. This is the one where we put the hands on the head. I think I'll just take the whole rest. All right, so you're sideways to the anchor. Let's do the right shoulder to the anchor. Your hands are right on your head. You have your right leg forward and your left leg back. All right, straighten your spine, pull your elbows back. We're gonna let the hips drop away and then pull them back in. So let's start keeping your hands in contact with your head at all times. So what that does is it keeps this movement in the core where it belongs, not in the shoulders. Keep your elbows open, your spine straight. Hips fall away from the anchor as far as you can stretch, and then exhale and pull back in. This works the same muscles as that teapot did. Exhale on the pull. Good. We got 2 more of these. Last one. Nice job. All right. Next, we're going to take one weight that you can hold at your chest. So medium to lightweight, 1. It's just going to be right here at your chest the whole time. And we're going to take the right leg and we're going to step out, step in with a squat. So here we go. We step out, squat. Step in, squat. Step out, squat. Step in, squat. Good. All right, now to make it work the core a little more, you can, every time you move your leg, move that weight a little bit out, just a little bit away from your chest. So I'm going to turn so you can see. It's just moving a little bit to engage the core a little more. So what you should be feeling with that right leg moving is the left leg really working. 2, 1. Nice job. All right. We go to hip hinge now, left shoulder to the anchor. Left shoulder to the anchor, left leg forward, hands are on your head, elbows wide. Make sure you're pulled tight. You're stepped away from the anchor and your straps are tight. And then start the hip hinge. Let the hips come away and pull in. If you're not sure, just stop and turn around and look for a minute at the screen and watch and see what you're supposed to be doing. Hips fall away, pull in. Make sure you're keeping your back nice and straight. Elbows out wide. It's hard to round your shoulders when your elbows are out wide. Each time you're trying to let those hips fall out a little further and pull them in. We got one more. Good. All right. Get that one weight that you're going to hold at your chest. This time the left leg is going to move. Weights right here at your chest. Left leg moves. Squat, step out, step in, step out. Every time you move the leg, you're going to move the weight away from the body just a little bit, challenging the core. So now we feel the right leg burn in and the core is working. Yes, yes, yes. 2 pair left. All right, Superman is next. Go long. Now this Superman, you're going to stop at the top and do a right arm steer. So let me show you one. It's a Superman. You stop at the top. The right arm does a steer. And then you start again. We're going to stay with the right arm. Let's go. Legs wide. Nice deep angle. Stop. Steer. That's it. Find an angle that's challenging for you. When you steer the right arm, remember you have to stabilize. Nothing else moves. Good job. All right. The weighted exercise is going to be swinging the weight to the chest and above your head. Pick a weight you can swing all the way above your head with both arms. All right, let's begin. So we squat, swing it to the chest, and then we stand and swing it all the way above the head. Squat, swing it to the chest, and then stand, swing it above the head. Good. Controlled. So it's a swing, but it's a controlled swing. Your chest stays forward the whole time. Nice. All right, then we do those again. Superman, left arm steers at the top. Find your angle, legs are nice and wide, and here we go. Superman, left arm steers. That's it. Superman, left arm steers. Good. Good. All right. Get your weight that you can swing above your head with both hands. All right. Squat, swing it to the chest. Stand, swing it all the way above the head. One more. Nice job. Last group, last pair.
This Fit2A Core video has been brought to you by
It's a Hitman Incorporated. Difficult Persons Negotiation Services. Has someone gotten on your nerves recently?
Okay, where the heck are we finding these sponsors?
All right, mid-length on your straps. We're going to squat to a mid-row, and then the elbows are going to go down and up. So let's start. Palms are down. We squat mid-row. Lift your elbows down, lift them back up. Let's do it again. Squat, mid-row, elbows down, elbows up. Good. Squat, mid-row, down and up. So when you come out of that squat, your elbows are out to the side. Then you go down and up. Like a lateral raise. One more. Good. Okay, one weight. It's going to be a reverse lunge, swing and switch the leg. Reverse lunge, swing and switch the weight, not the leg. So get a weight you're comfortable doing that with. And here we go. Right arm, right leg, reverse lunge. When you come up, you switch to the other hand. Now I like to toss it. That way my hands don't get tangled up. I just toss it to the other hand. Plus it's kind of fun. Make sure at the bottom of your lunge there is no rotation. So you're not doing this. You're staying front. All right, we do that one more time. TRX, squat mid-row, elbows down, elbows up. Start with your palms down. Squat, mid-row, elbows out, elbows down, elbows up. When you come out of that squat, your elbows are out to the side, then down and up. Two seconds and done. All right, grab your weight. Same arm, same leg starts. Reverse lunge. Swing it up, switch. And we are done. All righty. Let's stretch. Get a nice drink. Your straps are already mid-length, so we'll get a nice stretch. We're going to start with a nice shoulder stretch. You'll just need one strap. Make sure you scissor it. You're going to stand facing sideways to the anchor. Put your hand in the cradle, outside hand. So the hand furthest away from the anchor is in the cradle. Legs are wide. Now find a position where I like to put my thumb on the outside of the cradle. Find a position that just feels really nice for your shoulder. And then we're going to cross the body. Push it back. Get a nice stretch. Cross the body. Now if you want, you can kind of rotate your palm as you swing that arm back. It feels really nice on the shoulder. Gets a little rotation in it. Good, we got 2 more of these. One more. Good. Very nice. All right, we're going to stay on this side. Take both hands. And we're just going to step out and hold the stretch. So just step out, get that nice stretch. Your arms can be wherever is comfortable for you. We're going to stretch all on the one side. Good. Now pull that in. We're going to do that on the other side. First, your legs are wide. Your hand furthest away from the anchor is going to be in the cradle. Push the shoulder back so it's a nice stretch, and then cross the body. We'll do about 5 of these, nice and slow. Big stretch on the way out. Big stretch as you cross over the body. We got 2 more. Last one. Feels so nice on the shoulders. Good. All right, both hands on the handle. Step out a little bit if you need to. You're going to cross the leg closest to the anchor over and just lean out. Your hands can be wherever is comfortable for you. All right, and pull that in. Take your other strap. We're going to do scap J. Body is straight, your feet are together, and you're going to just round the shoulders. Let them really round, tuck your chin. Feel that nice stretch. Now, if you kind of rotate this side to side, you really feel a nice stretch underneath your shoulder blades. Good. Let's bring that up. And we're going to turn around and face away from the anchor. We're going to combine 2 stretches. First one is Snow Angel. Find a spot where you can bring your arms all the way down and all the way up comfortably. We got one of those. Come all the way back up. Now the second time you're going to take your elbows down to your ribs. So we're opening the chest. Good. Come all the way up. One Snow Angel, arms stay straight and they sweep down and sweep up. Second one is we open the chest, elbows pulled down to the ribs and push back up. Let's do that one more time. Snow Angel, arms stay straight, all the way down, all the way up. And then open the chest, elbows to the ribs and arms up. Nice job. Fold your arms over your head, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Lean into it. Switch arms. Good. All right, and then our last one. You're going to still face away from the anchor. Arms are going to start right in front of your chest. We're going to step forward with one leg. It doesn't matter. Step forward. That takes your arms right over your head, right by your ears. Good. And we're going to hold it there. Straighten the leg. Sweep the arms down. Sweep the arms up. And do it again. Lunge forward. Good. Now step back. We're going to do the same thing on the other leg. Other leg steps forward. Arms are right up by the ears. Lunge and hold. Get that nice stretch in the shoulders. Straighten the leg. That brings you back a little bit. Sweep them down, sweep them up. And then one more lunge. Getting that nice stretch in the shoulders. And push back. And you guys are all done.